65-53 with 2:29 to go, and then went on a 9-5 run to wrap up the scoring. And Lindsey Reed had a big factor in that one, Alex.
Yeah, Lindsey Reed, like you said, we were only up by 2 there. Lindsey Reed hit that three-pointer, and then we got a defensive stop, got a turnover, came back down, hit a layup, and just like that, the Bobcats were up 7.
So Georgia College comes away with a win, goes to 11-9 overall, 7-6 in the Peach Belt. GRU drops to 5-15 on the year and 4-9 in Peach Belt play. And Alex has the numbers in the contest for us.
Bobcats ended up shooting 52% from the field, 23 of 44, 38% from behind the arc at 3 of 8. 75% from the free throw line for the Bobcats. A good night there, 15 of 20. Georgia College led by Anisha Donley. She puts up 20 points on 10 of 17 shooting. Shani Yanaki scores 16, 5 of 8 shooting, 1 of 3 from behind the arc. She made 5 of her 7 free throws. 8 points apiece from Lindsey Reed and Maurice Walker, which were big down the stretch. 4 for Belinda Skosma, and 2 apiece from McGriff and McKenna Rushton. For GRU Augusta, there's a game high 22 from Camille G. She was 6 of 15 shooting, 3 of 7 from behind the arc, and she knocked down 7 of her 10 from the charity stripe. 9 points for Kayla Roberts. She shot 3 of 11. 6 points apiece for Hutt and Fine Art. 7 for Jocelyn Belcher. 4 for Montgomery. 2 apiece for Waters and Skies. Bobcats did get out rebounded tonight, 36-32, 17-4 on the offensive end, but did out rebound the Jaguars 28-19 on the defensive end. Both teams with 22 points in the paint tonight. Georgia College was 17 points off 13 Jaguar turnovers. GRU with 10 points off 16 Bobcat turnovers. GRU 14 second chance points to GC 6, and the GC bench did outscore the Jaguar bench 12-8 tonight.
Bobcats really spread out the assists. I had only 8 assists, same as GRU Augusta. And Belinda Skosma led the Bobcats in assists with 2, 1 each for Walker, Upchurch, Donnelly, Keys, and Thomas, and Reed. And for GRU Augusta, 2 assists to lead them. Jocelyn Belcher had 2, and everybody else had 1 apiece for GRU Augusta. So really did a good job of spreading out the assists. 1 block for GRU, that by Hutt. 1 block for GC, that by Kadisha Gibbs. Bobcats had 5 steals, GRU had 8. And the Bobcats are led in steals by Donnelly and Walker with 2 steals apiece. Well, Mo Smith is with us now at courtside. Well, Mo, if I had gone into the ball game and said you only got 4 offensive rebounds in the whole ball game, you'd probably say we would lose, but we did win.
Well, I'll tell you, us having 4 and them having 17. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, man, just Augusta is a good team. That's a good team we beat today. And, you know, hats off to them. I thought, you know, we had our struggles in the first half, but it was all from them. They pressured us into a lot of turnovers, and, you know, we lost our scruples on defense, you know, Gaina's favorite word.
Right.
Lost our, you know, scruples on defense, and we just struggled the first half. And, you know, the second half, I thought we were an entirely different team, and the stats show it. They shoot 24% in the second half. I think we only turned it over 6 times compared to 10 turnovers in the first half.
Right.
You know, shooting, I mean, they shot the 3 for 11 second half. I mean, that says it all. I mean, it says it all, the second half, and I was proud of our girls on, you know, for fighting back, being resilient, and finishing the game.
Picking up the shooting, picking up the defense in the second half, and you played 40 minutes finally, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We did. And, you know, at halftime, they knew it. They knew that we had to really raise our level of energy. I thought that Augusta just played with a whole lot more energy than we did first half, and they got a lot of confidence. You know, non-shooters become shooters, and everything started dropping, but that's because they were playing with confidence, and, you know, they were playing well. So it was even tougher to try to stop them because they had the momentum in the second half. So it was good to, you know, play and get a great team victory. A couple people off the bench came in and played well, so, you know, we're proud of it.
It did look like we were running around in quicksand out there in the first half. Not really a whole lot of running around at all. Just standing around watching the ball too much.
Yeah. And, you know, and Augusta had a lot to do with that. GRU, they had a lot to do with that. And man, we prepared. I guess we didn't prepare as well as I thought. because, you know, this is a stingy team defensively. We said it's going to be a
Right.
possession game.
Right.
You got to make sure you take care of the possessions. You got to value the basketball. Got to keep them off the boards, which, you know, we didn't do a good job, but we were fortunate enough to, you know, still be in the basketball game and win the basketball game because of their offensive rebounds. So, but yeah, it's a good team victory for us.
Donnelly picked it up again, 20 points on the night, 10 of 17. She really took it to the rack a few times.
She did, and that's what we need out of thee, because everybody know the streak that Keys is on. We knew they were going to come in and try to take her away. We saw some boxing one, saw some triangle in two, and it was good for E to step up and hit some big shots for us. So, you know, really, really proud of her and stepping up and being a player for us today.
Speaking of stepping up, how about Lindsey Reed with that huge three to give you the advantage, and then 2 big free throws out of a player who doesn't shoot free throws well normally.
No, and Lindsey missed like 2 really bad free throws in the first half.
Right.
And, you know, when she got the ball, you know, I said, let's go, Lindsey. I mean, we just tried to pump her up and have some confidence, but Lindsey hit that 3 before then. So I think she was feeling pretty good about herself.
Yep.
And those 2 free throws looked really good coming off her fingers, and I was proud of her. She played well for us.
Well, we don't know a result yet on the Young Harris ball game, but they're playing North Georgia at North Georgia, and that's a pretty tough place to play, as we both know.
Yeah, it is. So, you know, that's always a battle when those 2 guys play, because that's a big rivalry game for them, you know, being 45 minutes or an hour apart. So you just can't really say home court advantage, because they, you know, they travel well, too, up there.
So the possibility of us winding up in 4th place in the Peach Belt West right now, all by ourselves, would be nice.
That'll be great, man. That'll be great just to be in the hunt. And, you know, if we can create separation by winning some ball games, you know, this time of the year, that's what we like to do. Create some separation, and, you know, we still control our own destiny. You know, that's really good to say this time of the year, because, man, it's tough. You know, we've been there when you got to depend on help from other people, when you're depending on other people to lose, and we don't want to be in that position. You know, we want to take care of business.
Big challenge, of course, on Saturday. You got to go against a top 15 team in Columbus State, but we're the ones that gave them their only loss.
Yep, so we'll go in with some confidence with that game, but Columbus will be ready. There's no doubt about it. They will be ready for us, and I hope that we prepare and go in with the mindset that, hey, we got to play really well, almost above our heads, to be able to beat a Columbus team down there. So, you know, we're going to prepare and get to it, and hopefully we can, you know, go down there and take care of business.
So congratulations on a big win, and keep it going.
Hey, thank you, Scott.
All right, Mo,
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Right.
Mo Smith, the head coach of the Bobcat women, as Georgia College pulls out a 64-58 win over the GRU Augusta Jaguars here tonight in the first game of our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. Checking out some other statistics for you. Points in the paint, the Bobcats and Jaguars are both even at 22 each. GC scored more points off turnovers, 17 points compared to 10. Second chance points went to GRU Augusta because of their offensive rebounds. They had 14 points compared to only 6 in that category for GC. Neither team had a fast break point. The Bobcat bench beat the Jaguars bench at 12-8. Largest lead in the ball game by GRU was in the first half with 2:39 to go. They led by 11, and they would wind up leading by 6 at halftime, 37-31. The Bobcats had their biggest lead of 7 with 1:08 to go. Remember, it was 60-53 at that point, and looked like we were starting to pull things away, but then all of a sudden here came the Jaguars back in the ball game, and they were able to get close, but the Bobcats held them off at the last minutes. GC led for 16 minutes and 22 seconds. GRU led, though, for 19 minutes, 17 seconds. The game was tied for 4-13. Score was tied 6 times. The lead changed 7 times in that ball game. Again, Anisha Donnelly, the leading scorer for the Bobcat women with 20 points. And for Donnelly, she goes to double figures for the 13th time this season, 63rd time in her career. And she's in 20-plus range for the 4th time this season and 18th time in her career. She continues to try and move up the ladder in Peach Belt, rather in the Georgia College total scoring ranks, closing in on number 6 all time. And Donnelly is behind Carla Hull, a former assistant coach under John Carrick after her playing days here at Georgia College. Carla has 1,259, and Donnelly, with some quick math, has 1,209 points. So she's only 50 points away from Carla Hull and 6th spot all time at Georgia College. And for Shantiana Keys, 16 more points for Keys. And Keys came in with a total of 1,670 points, so 1,686. And she is now, let's see if I can do this in my head real quick, 135 points away from becoming the all-time scorer at Georgia College in women's basketball history. So best of luck to Shantiana as she finishes out her career, and of course to Anisha Donnelly, the leading scorer for the Bobcats. G was the only player in double figures for GRU Augusta on the day with 22 points. So the Bobcat women win the opener, and we'll be back to set you up for the men's contest right after we take a 60-second timeout, 60-second break for Georgia College basketball on Country 102.